It is Sunday, the 4th of June, 2017, and I just laid down this chalk slogan in front of the Unitarian Church of Montreal. It actually is written over a slogan that was erased this morning by David Rollert, who's the husband of Reverend Diane Rollert. And as a result of David Rollert erasing the previous slogan, I wrote a new one over here. As we can see, it's also been erased, basically totally obliterated. You can have no idea what was written here. Likewise, the white chalk slogan isn't absolutely totally obliterated. You can almost make out pedophilia down at the bottom there. Maybe I'll actually just maybe I'll just touch up the pedophilia there, just to emphasize the point that what Unitarians are trying to hide by erasing my chalk slogans is, amongst other things, pedophilia committed by Unitarian Universalist ministers, Unitarian Universalist Sunday school teachers, and Unitarian Universalist lay leaders such as Richard Buell of First Parish Norwell, who was charged, tried, and convicted of raping preteen girls, including a female family member. So, my main concern has always been on the clergy abuse of all kinds, both sexual and non-sexual. But Unitarians, they don't just try to hide pedophilia when it's committed by a Unitarian Universalist minister or a Unitarian Universalist religious educator, basically Sunday school teacher. They will also try to hide it, even when a sort of an ordinary churchgoer, or maybe not so ordinary, you could be a leading prominent member in the church, but nonetheless, even when a non-clergy Unitarian Universalist is charged, tried, and convicted of such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape, the Unitarian Universalist Association tries to conceal that by, amongst other things, falsely accusing me of the criminal act of blasphemous libel and legal bullying that sought to intimidate me into removing blog posts that tell the readily verifiable truth about the fact that certain Unitarian Universalist ministers and certain Unitarian Universalist Sunday school teachers and a certain Unitarian Universalist lay leader by the name of Richard Buell from First Parish Norwell in the Massachusetts area, well, I should say in the state of Massachusetts, in the Boston area, they've definitely committed such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape. Some of the cases, the people have been charged, tried, and convicted, and this is the crazy thing, is once a person's being charged, tried, and convicted, why do you continue to try and hide it? Why do you continue to try and conceal it? It makes no sense, unless you just want a totally squeaky clean, goody two-shoes image, which it actually is something that Unitarian Universalists do seek. They do try to present themselves as the goody two-shoes of religions, the clean ones, the ones that have no internal clergy sexual misconduct problems, when in fact they've got a pretty serious clergy sexual misconduct problem. Now, not all of it's pedophilia and rape. In fact, that's a minority of it. But when it comes to Unitarian Universalist ministers, having affairs with congregants and congregants' partners and so on, that's quite common. It happens quite a lot. Literally hundreds of Unitarian Universalist congregations have been affected, a minimum of 400, and probably considerably more than that. And there's only 1,000 plus, in real terms, I'd say less than 1,000 Unitarian Universalist congregations, so like at least 40% of them, and more like 60 to 70% or more, have had at least one case of quite serious clergy sexual misconduct. So it's pretty common in the Unitarian Universalist religious community, and they're trying to hide it. So instead of replacing the slogan, which I could do, I decided to write this instead. Just ask a question. What are Unitarians trying to hide? But I think I will just touch up the word pedophilia there that they tried to erase but didn't do a very good job of completely erasing. I'll just touch it up so it's more obvious what it says. So that's it for now. I'm just wrapping up my protest against the Unitarian Universalist Association's immoral and unethical and borderline criminal and quite frankly batshit crazy attempted misuse of Canada's blasphemy law in legal bullying that seeks to hide such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape committed by certain Unitarian Universalist ministers, to say nothing of certain Unitarian Universalist Sunday school teachers, to say nothing of a certain Unitarian Universalist layperson by the name of Richard Buell from First Parish Norwell in Massachusetts. And that's it for now.